So first of all, we'll discuss what is a local variable. Okay. Am I audible, Amina? Hello.
Yes, Shiva.
Okay. The local variable is the variable inside a method. Okay? Inside a method, it is called a local variable. So the lifetime of the variable is will be that method. Okay? So ఈ మెథడ్ లో అయితే మనం డిక్లేర్ చేసామో ఆ వేరియబుల్ లైఫ్ టైం వచ్చేసి ఆ వేరియబుల్ వరకే ఉంటుంది. We can't access outside the
మీ వాయిస్ క్లియర్, మీ వాయిస్ కొంచెం క్లియర్ లేదు, డబుల్ వస్తుంది.
డబుల్ okay, now is it okay?
Yes, Shiva.
So the meaning is, so the local variable inside a method will valid up to the lifetime valid up to the method itself. We can't access this local variable outside the class. Okay, so that is called a local variable. So
అంటే క్లాస్ కి యూస్ చేయొచ్చా ఇది? ఎపెక్స్ క్లాస్ కి అంటే ఉట్టి ఎపెక్స్ క్లాస్ కి క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు అంటున్నారా?
నేను చెప్తున్నాను లోకల్ వేరియబుల్ అంటే మీనింగ్. ఓకే, సో there is another variable, this is class variable or instance variable. So instance variable అంటే ఏంటి అని అంటే, so that is declared in the class level, okay, not in the method. Okay, so the lifetime of this instance variable is throughout the class. So we can access in the method and we can access in the class also. Okay. Okay, so let's go and execute this program. Okay, I'm going to the developer console. New apex class, local variable. Okay, creating that. Paste. Okay, so I'm created a class. Okay, so I want to execute that class using an anonymous window. Okay, so let's go to the anonymous window. So here I am creating a demo where variable. Okay, I am calling the show method. Okay, let's execute. So here three types of options are there. So executable meaning is whatever the statements executed in the program, that will filter. Okay, see, so it is executed statement one. Okay, and method execution demo or method execution. Okay, so it will show the whatever the lines that executed in the program, it will show that lines. Okay, and this is the debug only. So whatever we printing debugging, so that lines will show. So it will show the 10 number because we are created integer variable, and we are printing that variable in the show method. Okay, so the number is number 10. So this is the local variable inside a method. So also, so we'll try this one, class variable. Okay, so I will show the difference after this. Okay, once this is completed, this. So create new class. Okay, variable. Okay, so this is the class variable because it is declared at, okay, at the class level. Okay, let's go to the anonymous window and we'll execute this. Invalid demo instance d dot display. ఇదేరా మీకు వచ్చింది ఇది. హలో హలో
సేమ్ ఇంతకు ముందు దానికి సేమ్ ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది
ఇలా వచ్చిందా?
కానీ ఇప్పుడు మీరు చేసేటప్పుడు నేను కూడా అలానే చేస్తే ఏం రాలేదు ఎర్రర్.
ఓకే,
నిన్న వచ్చింది అలా.
ఓకే ఓకే సేమ్ వచ్చింది. సో వీఆర్ క్రియేటింగ్ an instance in display. Invalid type demo instance. Oh, it's class variable. Save value. Sorry. Class save value. That's right. So effectively. Okay, 20. So see here in the demo instance. So this is the class variable, right? So I'm creating another variable inside display method. Okay, number 2. We'll call it as instance. This one local. So local variable. So local variable equal to 2000, and instance variable we'll call it as instance variable equal to 20. Okay, or the same local variable I will display with the same so see here I am having the same name for the class variable as well as local variable. Let's see what value it show. Okay, $2,000. Okay, but so I have another variable, local variable, its class level is 20. Okay, but I am showing with the display option. Okay, display method, so it is showing 2000. So why this is showing 2000? Can anyone tell me, Narsa or Meena? Because in the method, okay, so this will dominate, local variable will dominate. Okay, so that's why it is 2000. Okay, And one more. We'll go. So methods with parameter. So with see the methods with parameter. Method with parameter. So new apex class method with parameter. Okay. So this is calculator class. Okay. So we are printing addition of two methods. Okay. So we can have subtract also. Subtract also, and we can just like this. Multiplication also. Okay. Multiplication also. Okay. So how to execute that? We'll copy that. And so go to the anonymous window. Okay. Replace this. Execute. Okay, it's shown the 15. So I want to print multiplication and subtraction also. How can I do that? So create 3 dot subtract and execute. Okay. So in this way, we can use this method calling. Okay, with parameters. So just we are passing the parameters from the outside to the outside from to the method. Okay, we are passing the parameter to the method. Okay, from outside. In the previous programs, so we have declared in the declared and assigned the variable in the method itself, but in this method we are passing the values from outside when we are executing. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, this is called parameters. Okay, understood? అర్థమవుతుందా?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, done. Next, so the constructor. Let me create another class. Copy and paste. So this is a person class. This is called constructor of the class. Okay, there is a difference between method and constructor. So method will call whenever we explicitly use the method in the calling. Okay, here we are for example, in this above program we are calling this add method explicitly, right? Okay, to print the results, but constructor will automatically call when a clause is executed. Okay, no need to call that constructor explicitly. Okay, just we are here, just we are creating the instance, that's it. We are not calling this constructor. Okay, let me show you. Let me save this. So person class is saved. So let's copy this. Okay, so now I'm creating the instance itself. Just okay, let me show you. So it is executed. See, just I'm created. I'm not called that constructor. So this constructor will automatically executed when an instance is created of that class. Okay, so let me modify something in the class. Okay, I will create another constructor. I will override the constructor. Okay,
బ్రో
override means,
ఒక డౌట్ బ్రో
చెప్పు.
బ్రో యాక్చువల్లీ అంటే మేము ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత ఈ కోడింగ్స్ ఇది రాయాలంటే నార్మల్ గా ఇట్లా టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ అంటే ఏదైనా ఉంటుందా లేకపోతే ఓన్ గా రాయాలా బ్రో ఇట్లా ఇది
Own గా అంటే
ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి మెథడ్స్ అన్ని
they will give a requirement, right?
ఓకే
So based on the requirement, you need to just, we are at the starting point of the Apex only. So
Okay.
in Apex we should learn SOQL, DML, Apex triggers, and asynchronous Apex. There are multiple Apex.
అంటే నార్మల్గా ఇప్పుడు అంటే టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లకి మనం కాపీ చేసినాం బ్రో మనం ఒక్కసారి ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత అంటే ఆ మెథడ్స్ అన్ని ఎట్లా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి అంటే
You
మనమే
will
రాయాలి కదా
get confidence after completing this.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే
So you will know how to write a class. So just so you know, right? So how to create a class in the developer class. So that's what. So there is a scenario. For example, they will give a scenario. So get the related contacts of an account. Okay. So for that we will create a example. I'm saying example. So we will create a class. We will use SOQL. That is future topic for you. Next topic, and we will get the data from the database, and just we will print like using this one system.debug. That's what. So depend upon the scenario and the task, we need to write the programs. Okay. So for everything in Salesforce, there is no need of programs. First, we have to think: is it achievable by using a standard things, out of the box things? So then, if it is not achievable with the out of the box things, the flow and configuration things are there in Salesforce, right? So then only we have to go for the Apex coding. Okay. So mostly the coding chances are so less in the Salesforce. Okay, at most 30 to 40% chances are there to use the Apex code and JavaScript LWC components. Okay, so if the client wants an interactive components, so we will go for the LWC UI, interactive UI and flexible UI. If it is not present in the out of the box components, so we will go for the LWC coding. Okay, but we should learn this concept to survive in the market. Okay. So this is the constructor one. This is constructor. I will leave it confused. I will go. Anyway, it is in the next program, right? Okay. So, explain. Okay, Apex does not exist. Okay. Let me execute this. Same thing. Constructor 1 is called. Okay. Constructor 2. We are overriding the constructor 2. Okay. So let me call that. P dot. Okay. In the same. Person. P dot person. Not person. So see here. So when I'm trying to call this with the method, so it is showing as method does not exist. Incorrect. Percentile. Okay. Incorrect signature. So it is a constructor. Okay. So we'll learn constructor overriding in a oops concepts. Okay. The next concept. Okay. Let me show you. I will confuse. So parameterized constructor. This one. Okay. This one student. And class student. So this one is the parameterized constructor. Okay. So we are passing a parameter to the constructor. Okay. Let me show you how it works. Okay. See. This one. desktop, we have to use this method also. Okay. So for as of now, I'm printing this in the constructor also. This is constructor. Okay, plus constructor. Okay, let me save here and go. See here. So we are calling the constructor, right? So it is showing this is the constructor content debug. Okay. So let me show you how the method also works. Method calling also works in this. Okay. So now to call that method, okay. So I need to use this instance. Okay. Not the display. Display. So s dot display we need to use. Debug. See here, this is the method debug. Okay, line number 10. Okay, and this is the constructor debug. Okay, line number 6. So let me see. So, line number 6 is the constructor debug, and this is a method debug. So let me override a constructor as well. Okay. Okay. So I will pass the marks. Okay. Okay. I will pass the marks of a student to print teacher. Teacher. Okay. So marks mark 1, comma, and mark. Okay. So same mark 1 and mark 2. So here I will print the sum of this one. Okay. So I will create one more integer here. Just sum equal to mark 1 plus mark 2. Okay. 1 and mark 2. So I will use this sum constructor. So this is method overriding. Okay. So how to execute this? So I will use this. I will create one more instance s1. Okay. So here I will pass integers. Okay, 5, 10. Okay, I will select this and execute the highlighted. See, 15. This is how we can overload the constructors. Okay, so here you can practice next this constructor with a logic. So just now I created some, right? So that is a constructor with a logic and overloading the constructor as well. And access specifiers. So in this Apex class, if you see, Apex class, if you see, public is there, right? The method also public. So this is called an access specifier. Okay, so we have access specifier public, private, okay, global. So what is mean by public? So public is, so we can access this class inside a project or package. Okay, private. Okay, private. What is mean by private? We cannot access this class outside of this class, or we cannot access these members of the class outside of this class. We can only access only inside of the class. Whatever the members of the class, we can access only in the class. So if you mentioned as a public, we can access this class outside of this class that is in the project. So if you mention as global, so we can access anywhere in the package, okay, or in anywhere in the related system. Okay, that is mean by global. Okay, understood? అర్థమవుతుందా? అర్థమవుతుందా లేదా? హలో
హలో
నర్సా, అర్థమవుతుందా?
బ్రో అర్థం
డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది.
అర్థమవుతుంది.
ఓకే, సో మనం క్లాస్ రాసేటప్పుడు, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద క్లాస్ ఫార్మాట్ కదా. సో ఈ క్లాస్ ఫార్మాట్లో మనం ఫస్ట్ స్పెసిఫై చేసేదే యాక్సెస్ స్పెసిఫైయర్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు స్పెసిఫై ద యాక్సెస్ స్పెసిఫైయర్ ఫర్ ద class. So if you won't specify, it will take it as a private. Okay, understood? Okay, then now we'll come to the OOPS concepts in the Apex. So OOPS concepts enti ante, there are 4 concepts in the object oriented programming language. Okay, first is the encapsulation. Encapsulation means it provides the data security. So it wraps the data and methods into one class. Okay, okay, and uses the private variables, just like I said, access specifier, it uses the private, and setters and getters. Setters means value setting. So we are assigning the values, right? So we have separate methods to set the value for the variables. Okay, and getters, so value getters, it will get the value from the method which gets the value from the variables. Okay, so by that it will achieve the encapsulation, so data security. Okay, by using access specifiers and getters and setters. Okay, and inheritance means, so we have a hierarchy of the classes. So from, for example, here see, so there is a top class. We can we can override the, or we can extend the logic of the upper class in the child class. Okay, so we can for example, let me show you. let me show you. So there is so I declared one apex class, okay, parent, okay, it is a top class, okay, top class in the hierarchy, okay. So I inherited the I'm using the inheritance concept. So I declared one more class, okay, that is a child class. So whatever the methods and whatever the variables are there in the parent class, I can also use in the child class. That is called inheritance, okay. And I can also extend the functionality of the methods using this concept in the child class, okay. Ardhamautunda Meena? Hello.
Yes, sure.
Just we can use the existing functionality in the child classes. So reuse, we can reuse the code which is there existing by using this concept, okay. So next concept is polymorphism. We can see the examples for each topic, okay, in the code, okay, by executing the programs, and I will explain the program as well, okay. So polymorphism. So polymorphism, it provides the flexibility, okay. Same methods we can change the behavior. For example, so I need to have a two numbers, add, subtract, and multiplication, division. So by using this concept, we can extend the behavior of the same method, okay. So we can use this method in different forms to achieve this functionality. So I will show you the example as well, okay. So abstraction is, so we have abstract classes which is defined using the abstract keyword, okay. So in the abstract class, there is no functionality has been written, and we can only write the function name. That's it. Function name. Okay, just a structure we will write, but other classes will implement that abstract class, and they will implement the functionality. That means we can write the skeleton classes, okay, in the abstract classes, so they won't have the functionality, okay. It has the internal implementation, so it reduces the complexity main, okay. So why we are using this OOPS concept? So it will build the scalable, reusable, maintainable Apex applications, okay. Okay, let me show you the examples. Okay. I think it might be some confusion, okay. You can try this access specifiers programs as a homework, okay. I have in this Apex workbook, so it has public and private. For every example, it has one program, okay. And right, what should and data types as well, okay. So encapsulation. So here is the encapsulation. So this is the program. So let me copy here. I think before that, going to this program, okay, we'll cover this one and we'll go decisions and that one, because you know you will get the structure of the programs, right, by using this. Okay. Test one. Okay, so let me copy and paste. Okay, this is the encapsulation example. Okay, so here we are using the private variable, right? So it can't be visible outside of this class. Okay, we can't access this private variable outside of the class. Okay, and this is the setter methods. We are setting the value, balance value, okay, by using this method. This is the getter method. So we are getting the value, okay, using return, right? Okay, we are using the return. So we are, this specifies the method. Okay, so this is a public method. Okay, you can use anywhere in the package. Okay, anywhere in the package. Okay, and it returns the integer value. Okay, so here returning the integer value. So get balance. So this is the way they will in encapsulation. Okay, we'll use the getter and setter methods and use the private method, private variables, and it will maintains the security. So how we can execute this variable? So let me show you. Execute this class. Let me show you. So just the same. So use this. Okay. So here we are creating an instance of the class, and we are passing the value to the deposit method. Setter method, we are passing the value, and in the debug we are calling the getter method, okay, to get the value. Okay, let me execute. So this is how you can get the response. Okay, 500 is the value of the amount. Okay, from the getter method. Okay, we are passed the 500, we are assigning to the balance, and we are getting the balance as 500. Okay, understood? అర్థమవుతుందా? హలో,
Yes, sure.
కొద్దిగా కన్ఫ్యూజింగ్ ఉంది అనుకుంటా.
కొంచెం.
Okay, before that we can discuss an easy topic. Okay, so we'll discuss tomorrow. We'll continue this ops concept. So we'll discuss some easy concepts. Okay. So control statements in the Apex. Okay. So decision and looping statements. Control statement comes in control statements. We will come across decision and looping statements. Okay, what is a decision statements? If is a decision statement. So in if, based on the condition, the control flow will be varies. So let me see you. Let me show you. So here is an integer marks 15. So if marks greater than 15, so okay, we are printing the pass. Okay, so else show in the second type. So else we are printing it as pass. So here we are deciding the control flow using this conditional decision statements. Okay, if is a decision statement. So we are here we are deciding the control to flow to either if or else conditions, else block. Okay, using this condition. If it is greater than 50 marks, it will print as a fail. So if it is less than 50 marks, it will print as a fail. So here we are deciding the path.
Okay.
Okay. So, and this is the if statement, and this is the if else. This is the if else ladder. So we can have multiple conditions. So see here, if it is greater than 90 marks, so we are printing grade A. If it is greater than 75 marks, so we are printing grade B. So if it is greater than 50 marks, we are printing less than 50 marks, we are printing grade C. So otherwise, we are printing it as fail. This is the nested if. If in if. Okay, there is outer if, and also in the we have an if statement in the if else statement in the under if. Okay, this is called nested if, and this is switch. So the switch block depends on one variable. So when the variable, for example, we are using the day, switch on day. So when day equals to month, it executes the MOL, it executes the Monday. So it prints the Monday. When day is TUU, so it executes the Tuesday. It prints the Tuesday. Like that, we will use the switch statement. For every type of this decision statement, we have an example in the Apex this practice book. You can practice in the developer art. Okay. Just the control statement. This is how can we control the execution flow using a conditions. Okay, this is the switch with integer. Okay, integer variable. Here is a string variable, right? Here we are using integer variable, and so here how to use real-time example. This is the real-time example. Okay, and decision with objects or Salesforce objects. Okay, here we are creating an account record. Okay, so for the account, we are checking the account industry. So account dot industry is IT. So we are printing IT account, and here we are checking. Otherwise, we are printing non-IT account. Please practice with the examples I have given. So it will be so much useful for you. Okay, to sustain in the Salesforce environment. Okay, this is the loop statements. So loop statements is, so see here. So we will have for loop and while loop and do while loop. Okay, there are multiple types in the for loop for each like that. So so, so why the looping statements we have to use in the code. So there is such scenarios we have to rotate, we have to execute on the list of records or list of uh, variables. So in that case, we will use this loops. Okay. So see here. So here we have an we are fetching the data from the database, three account records. Okay, on three account records we have to rotate, so we have to print the account name. Okay, so this is the for each loop. Okay, this is the for each. Okay, for each. So for every account got from the SQL query, okay, we will rotate print the account name. Okay, using system.debug here. And this is the for loop. So in for loop, we will instantiate, there is a variable name for instance for loop variable. Okay, so the loop variable we will declare in the first block, and second block we will write a condition on the loop variable. So how many loops it should run are based on the one variable. So and second loop will increment or decrement the loop variable. Okay, so for example I will start from the 5, so I have to decrement the variable for each loop. Okay, So likewise we will use this for loop. So if I want to if I start from we can also start from the 0. So less than 5, okay, or equal to 5, less than or equal to 5. So I will increment for each rotation, I will increment 1 1. For first I will start from 0 let's say. So then it will check the condition. So the loop variable is less than or equal to 5 or not. If it is less than or equal to 5, so it will go to the next condition I plus plus. It will increment the 0 to 1, okay, or 1 to 2. Okay, here we are using 1, right? So it will increment that variable. So it will makes it as 2, and it will execute the one time debug statement. So it will print the value. Okay, then again it will go to the condition, and it will check. So now it is the loop variable is 2, right? So it is incremented previously. So it will check the condition, and then it will increments again, and it will executes again. So that like that it will repeats the loopings, okay, executions until it reaches to the condition. Okay, if it does not match the condition, it will just it will skip the exit from the loop. Okay, like that the for loop will execute. Okay, and the while loop. So here in the for loop it executes first and it will increment. So but in the while loop it first checks the condition, then after, okay, then after it will execute. Okay, that is the difference between for and while loop. Okay, and do while loop. First it will do one round of execution, and then it will checks the condition. Do while loop. So here the condition is first, and here the condition is last. It will check the condition at the last. So first time we will prints the value, and then it will check the condition. For example, if you want to print print a hotel menu first and one route of execution. So we want to print the hotel menu first. There is no need of any condition. Okay, if that user or customer accepted, then we will print the next item menu. So then we will use this type of loops. Okay, first without condition we want to print one execution. So after that we will check the condition. Okay, and this is the combined, this is combined with the this is combined for loop and for each loop, and this is the nested loops, loop in loop, and this is a loops with the break. So break is nothing but in between. So we have to exit from the loop without depending on some condition. So we will use this break to exit from the loop, and to continue in the loop, okay, we will use this continue keyword. Okay, understood, Mina? Hello.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Okay, in practice this Apex programs, so there is example for each and everything. Okay, if you have any doubts, ask me tomorrow. Okay,
Okay.
this is enough, I think, today. Okay, thank you. Let's meet tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.